Hi, I'm Simone van Neerven. I'm the head of innovation of Vueling Airlines. We are based in Barcelona and we serve about 32 million customers last year. For the Dutchies, that's almost the same amount of customers as KLM. So we're not pretty small. So we are part of a bigger airline group, which consists of British Airways, Iberia and Aer Lingus, and total serve about 130 million customers. My job is to look at the future and to think big. I ask provoking questions like, are we still an airline in 10 years? People love travel. They don't like to people love to travel, but they don't like traveling. It's quite a nuisance. So we really need to make the journey more frictionless, and there's a lot of competition going on. So also Google is one of our competitions in this field. So for me, it's very interesting to look at startups that are they may be focused on a different industry, but they can help us as well. So therefore, I'm very, very excited about this startup, and it can be a very interesting service to add to our current offerings. So I hope our customers are going to love this service. We are going to test with it in Barcelona. So Iomob, the floor is yours.
There are 22 different mobility services that can take you from A to B in Amsterdam on any day, but today there's only 20 because of transit strike. Now think globally. There are 50,000 towns and cities, thousands of mobility services at your disposal. But mobility is broken. How are you as a user to navigate the thousands of different services, scooters, bikes, public transit, and the rest, with all the different apps that come with it? If you want to discard your dependence on cars, I do not have a driver's license. To live a life without a car, you want seamless access to mobility. What if there was that thing? What if with one application, you could access a range of mobility services, public and private? There is. It's actually called mobility as a service. But what if you could, not just in the city of Amsterdam, but you could travel the world with one application and access all the different local and regional and global mobility services? That is what we call the Internet of Mobility, Iomob. I am Boyd Cohen, one of 3 PhD co-founders. I am very passionate about cities. I have published 3 books about smart cities, and another 3. This is my 3rd smart cities software startup. But it's about our team. We have deep expertise in computer science, algorithms, business development, and enterprise sales. So now you want to know, what have we built? Well, first, we have a hub. What does a hub do? It monitors mobility services in real time. When a user wants to go from A to B in a city, our algorithms generate the options for that user. How does a user experience Iomob? Through a white-labeled application built by Iomob that allows a user to discover, book, and pay for any service connected to Iomob anywhere in the world. There are 4 things that make Iomob unique. Number 1, we have true multimodal routing. What does that mean? We give you a single journey that can combine the best of everything. For example, a scooter to a train. Number 2, we have seamless onboarding. No more downloading new apps when you travel or discover a new service in your city and enter your personal data. You get access to all of that inside the Iomob powered app. Number 3, as I mentioned earlier, global roaming. And 4th, we have a very unique approach to going to the market through B2B transport operators. For example, Renfe, the Spanish rail company, serves 500 million passenger journeys a year. They hired Iomob and our software to help them offer a seamless journey for their customers. For example, a customer from Madrid choosing a high-speed rail train to go to Valencia. Through the Iomob-powered app, the customer can discover, book, and pay for all their services, not just the train, but everything in both cities, Madrid and Valencia. Take Sweden. Just 2 weeks ago, Iomob won the Swedish Sustainable Mobility Challenge. We will be launching the first ever in the world cross-border mobility as a service solution, combining Malmö, Sweden with Copenhagen, Denmark. Finally, thank you. Thank you. Finally, you heard from Vueling, from Simone. We're going to start a project in Barcelona, helping their passengers who arrive get to and from the airport and around the city. But that's just the start. I don't know if she knows this yet, but our plans are much bigger with Vueling. We aim to accompany Vueling and their passengers to the 130 destinations that they reach across the region. Our business model is unique. We have both the software service solution for the transport operators and the turnkey white label component. And then we also have another interesting revenue model. That is, we get a piece of the transactions of every journey of the customer. We target 10% commission on every journey. Since we started Techstars, we have secured 140 contracts to access mobility services through Iomob that reach 8,000 towns and cities in Europe. You may be asking, Moss sounds interesting, but how big is it? Well, I have one number. $1 trillion market opportunity by 2030. We're a pretty ambitious company. We're targeting 20% of that market. Mobility. It affects our lives in fundamental ways. It affects our economic opportunities. It affects what our children learn and experience. And it affects our health and happiness. When I started this pitch, I told you that mobility is broken. Now I'm telling you that Iomob has the team, the technology, and the vision to solve it on a global scale. Come join us on our journey. Thank you.